Welcome to my tutorial on how to make a LaserMapMaker 2-layer map of a city or town. Let's fire up the laser and make something epic. I'm using the xTool S140W laser in combination with xTool Creative Space and LaserMapMaker.com to make these specifically to order. This tutorial covers the map generation, the export of the 3 needed layers, and the cutting and engraving settings of the map. First, we're going to duplicate a map that I will use as a template. I will rename it to correspond with the town name we are using for today's example. Now we can just click on Edit to open the map editor. Here you see the old map we used as a template. Now we're going to set it to the right region by clicking on the Search Address button on the right. Just type the name and select the right town. Now I'm going to adjust the zoom to give a nice representation of the area. Sometimes you want only the town outskirts, but in this case, there's a lot of water what is part of this town. So when I'm happy with the layout, that is what I'm going to use. Perfect. Let's go for this design. I'm going to press Save here in the top right corner to make sure to lock in this design. Now I'm going to show you the layers on the left and the objects that will show in this specific template. Please pause the video to see them in detail in case you want to use them. I'm using 3 main layers. The land layer cut is for engraving the water on the land. The land layer engrave is for the scoring of the small roads on the land layer. These will be combined on one sheet of wood. The roads layer cut will be the top layer that will show the main roads as an embossed layer on top of the bottom layer. These are the settings for all layers to have the same border width and general look and feel. Now we will go to Preview Export. This is the final step to generating our layers. On the left here are the settings per layer. Pause the video to see these settings if you want to use them. I also take this moment to check if the design is like I want it. Now is the time to go back and make final adjustments if you're not happy with the rendered design. If you're happy, then click Next. We are not using tiling at this moment, so click Next again. This is the time for your final check. Everything okay? Then click on Export and confirm the use of credits for this step. Now LaserMapMaker will upload the map and process the files for you. This can take a minute or 2 depending on the complexity of the layers. When the files are done, there's only the step left to download the zip. Be sure to select the output file and save it on your computer. I'll see you guys back in xTool Creative Space for the next phase of making these epic maps. Here we are in xTool Creative Space. First, we're going to make our borders. Our maps are 28 centimeters wide and 33 centimeters high. So I'll make 2 rectangle shapes, and while I'm at it, a box for the lettering later on. I'm using 4 layer colors to keep track of what I'm doing. Red is for cutting, black for scoring, and dark blue for engraving. The light blue lines are just for aligning and positioning. Now the boxes are made, just group them and put the first one aside. We're going to make the bottom layer first, so bring that to the center. I'm pressing Ctrl-I for importing the land layer cut file from the export we made from LaserMapMaker. And here it is. You see that the design is a little too big, so I resize every layer to 280 millimeters. Now I select the orange layer and make it light blue for use as an aligning layer. The purple layer I select and convert to a compound vector, so the islands are isolated from the water. I set the output on the right side to engrave and make this layer dark blue because I'm engraving that layer and the water looks appropriate in this color. Then all I have to do is align these 2 layers top left from each other, group, and this part is done. Now we are importing the land layer engrave into the project. This layer I resize. Make some space on the canvas. Then ungroup it for making the outside layer light blue for aligning. Group everything again and align the total on the top left with the previous layer. Then set the black layer to score in the laser settings on the right. And then we are done with this layer. So I'm putting it aside for now and import the roads layer cut into the project. I'm making the layer red because we're going to cut it later. Then ungroup and make the outline blue for aligning. Select and group. Don't forget to resize to 280 millimeters. Then I align everything top left. I just quickly align the text alignment box with the bottom of the road cut layer, so the name of the map will align properly. Then group the total so nothing shifts, and we are ready to add the name of the town. This is also straightforward. Font type I keep default, and use the Lotto font in size 100. Type in the name, set the size. Set to engrave, and make the layer dark blue for engraving. Align everything center with the text box below. Group it again to minimize risk on getting out of alignment. Now select the light blue layer and remove it, because we don't need the alignment layers anymore. There's only one more thing to do and set the laser parameters. I know that the 3mm pine preset works fine for my type of material, so I select that, and do a quick check on the proper processing settings per layer. Black for scoring, blue for engraving. And lastly, red for cutting. I only adjust the cut setting to 80% power instead of 100. That gives me the best result. Now it's time to send the file to the laser. Time for gluing the two parts together. And here is the final result. Please let me know in the comments if you like these kind of videos and what kind of tutorial you want to see next. If you have any comments or questions, you can also leave a comment. Thanks for watching, and remember, just fire up your laser and make something epic.